let's go to Illinois. Tio, I know you love Illinois. I know that you are a big fan of Kasparas Yakashonis. I would love to hear you try to pronounce Kasparas Yakashonis again. Normally
Yakashonis.
you're a
What's
you're a 50% dunker, and you're about 50% on pronouncing his name correctly. So, what would you, if you're Brad Underwood, what are you asking for Christmas for this Illini team?
You know what? Like I think I think they're tough. I do know that they're young, and to be honest with you, I want to speed this thing up for them and get to conference play. The reason being, I feel like that roster, maybe a time machine. I feel like I gave that to somebody last year. I can't remember. Maybe a time machine to jump ahead to Big Ten play, because I think Illinois is going to be up there towards the top of the league, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that their personnel, Yakashonis, part of that personnel, Ivisic, another guy, Will Riley, another guy, bigger, longer, can shoot over the top. They're going to be good positionally because Underwood's a terrific coach. I want to get to Big Ten play because I feel like that roster is perfectly suited for everything that league's about. Playing in the half court, tough defensively, good length, enough athleticism, and size for days. So speed it up. Let me get to Big Ten play.
I think they're probably the most talented team in the Big Ten.
I agree.
The only thing I would say is, if I'm nitpicking here, maybe some more athleticism in the front court. I know they have length, but I think they're the most talented team in the Big Ten, and I'd be shocked, provided if everybody stays healthy and there are no major injuries. I don't see why Illinois wouldn't win the Big Ten.
I think that they're going to win the Big Ten. I think that they have the highest ceiling of anybody in the Big Ten. What I would say is just 40 pounds of muscle to spread between Yakashonis and Will Riley. Like that, those two guys are going to be, when they get to like 21, 22 years old, and they're able to be a little bit more physical, they are going to be incredible. I think they're both going to be really, really good players in the NBA. And since we can't take the junior version of them and pluck them into this season, if you could just get them a little bit more physical. I thought what we saw in the Tennessee game was Yakashonis kind of struggled a little bit with what Jemai Mashak does defensively. And a lot of people are going to struggle with Jemai
Everybody
Mashak.
struggles with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but just a little bit of toughness and physicality. Because if you look at the teams, I'm thinking of this in the context of like, how can Illinois get to a Final Four? And at some point, they're going to play a team like a Texas A&M or an Auburn or a Tennessee or like a Marquette or something. Well, like one of these teams with big, physical, tough, strong, old guards and old wings. And I think that that's kind of where their kryptonite is, a little bit, so to speak.